Allison, can you explain what internet is?
I still love technology.
Pretty amazing.
Truly wonderful the mind of a child is.
Hey guys, Mr. Ogden here. Today I'm going to show you how to get your stop motion animation project going. So first off, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be creating a stop motion animation project with 250 slides or more. Don't freak out. It seems like a lot, but it's really not. So basically you need to read the list of requirements. You need to open up the slides over here on the right hand side, which I'll get to soon. If there's an animation on there, go ahead and delete it, and you can start your own and then begin creating your own stop motion animation project. So if you go to the top right up here where it says your work, you're just going to click on the slides here. So we're using stop motion animation within Google Slides, and basically on each slide we're going to have a background and at least one animation where we're going to take each photo, which is a frame, and slowly move that object so it looks like it's moving around the page. So for example, I have some students in the past who've done this, and this one is a pretty cool one. And so they just took a picture from Google Images of Tetris, and then they got an individual picture of the different blocks. And so if I press on the first slide and I hold the down arrow, you'll see that their Tetris game plays, and they're animating these objects to move on the screen and fall in place. So that's pretty cool. You can do something like this. You can really do anything you want as long as it's school appropriate. There's other ones that we'll go over in class. This one was like a roller coaster one, where it was a cat going up on a roller coaster. So really you can take any background, any photo, and begin to animate it. So you can also change the background as well. So that way it like goes to a different scene, like you'll see here in just a second on this one. There's this cat, and then it goes, alright, now it's in the Warriors arena shooting basketball. Now it's throwing a football, catching a football. Alright, so you can change it as well. You don't have to keep the same background. But for starters, we need to get the background in here. So what you do is you go Insert, Image, and search the web. And if you're not sure what to put, you can just put background and just find something, or if you know what you want, maybe you want underwater. Maybe you want to do like a fish one or something. So once you find one, you just drag and drop it in. And then you want to fit it to the page. So when you click and drag these boxes, okay, it'll turn red when you get to the edge, and then you let go. Click, drag, let go. Click, drag, let go, and then when it gets to the edge, it should go red. Alright. So now we need to find an object. Now there's 3 different ways to find an object without a background. Because if I just typed in like fish, and I use like this one for example, I drag and drop it, but this one's not going to look good. Make it smaller because it has that black background around it. We don't want that. So let's delete that one. So if I want a fish with no background, there's 3 ways to find it. The best way is you can type in fish and then add PNG. It's a photo file behind it, and not every single one, but most of them will have, oh, not that one. It's hard to tell until you drag it in, but most of them will have no background. I think this one doesn't have one. Yeah, most of them will have no background. So you can type in PNG behind whatever you're searching up, or you could type in no background after the word. Okay, another one you can type in if you're having, oh, that one wasn't one. Again, sometimes it's hard to tell until you drag and drop it in. If it doesn't have a background, there we go, we're good on that one. So again, you don't want those backgrounds in there, it won't look as good. The last one you can type in to find no background is type in fish, and then type in the word transparent. Okay, so it's like see-through. So here's another fish, drag and drop. There you go, no background. So I'll use this one. So I'll shrink them down. So I'm just going to make this fish swim across. You could have a shark chase it, you could do all kinds of fun stuff, right? But for right now, I'm just going to have this fish swim across the screen. So here's what you do. Okay, we do know what Control-C and Control-V does. If I click on the object and press Control-C, and then I press Control-V, alright, it makes a copy, right? Control-V again, now I got another fish. Okay, we don't want to do that though. if I just click on the fish and do Control D as in dog, it duplicates it. Okay, so that automatically duplicates it. So what we want to do is we want to duplicate this entire slide up here. Okay, so we want to make sure this slide is selected. We don't want to have the fish selected. We want to select the slide. A little orange, skinny orange line goes around. You can see that skinny orange line goes around the slide over here. We want to make sure it's selected. That means that orange line, skinny orange line around it, that means it's selected. We want to duplicate this entire slide up here. So I click on it and then do Control D as in dog. There we go. Now I have two of the exact same slides. So what you do is that once you duplicate it, you go to the one on the bottom, so number 2, and then you click on the fish and then move the fish forward a little bit. Click back on the slide. So now it's the orange box around it. See, when the fish is selected, there's no orange box around the slide. So when I click on the slide, there it is. It's selected. Now do Control D. Now I'm going to move the fish again. Click on the slide, Control D. Move the fish. Click on the slide, always the bottom one, Control D, move the fish. Click on the slide, Control D, move the fish. So you continue doing this for a while. I'm going to pause the video here and speed ahead. Okay, so if you notice, I added more slides, so I have 35 slides now. It took less than a minute to do, so it's pretty quick once you get in the rhythm and the hang of it. Now if I click on the first slide and hold the down arrow, it looks like my fish is swimming. Woohoo! It's going fast through the slides. Back up, up arrow, swimming backwards. Okay, so that's how you do the stop motion animation. Some other things to think about is that you can, as you go, okay, you can make the fish bigger or smaller, kind of slowly make it bigger or smaller as you go to each slide. You can click on this little circle and rotate, okay, the fish. You can make a fish a little bit smaller, so it maybe looks like it's swimming away. You can also, let's say I wanted to make the fish swim the other way. Okay, what you can do is right-click on the object, and we want to go to Rotate, and we're going to flip, Rotate, and we want to flip horizontally. Horizontally is left to right. Okay, vertically is up and down, so we want to flip horizontally, left and right. There we go. Now I can make my fish swim the other way. Alright, so you can make them bigger, smaller, rotate them, make them spin, do all kinds of fun stuff. Alright, but that's the way to get started on your stop motion animation project. Let me know if you have any questions.